As the conversation shifted, attention turned toward how your former connection has been processing things privately, though even that was spoken about more in terms of reflection than confession. According to what was shared, there has been a lingering sense of unfinished emotion, moments from the past resurfacing unexpectedly, not as dramatic obsession, but as memory often does when something once meaningful hasn't been fully resolved. There were mentions of attempts to move forward, to create distance from what was once familiar, and to engage with new surroundings in order to regain balance. Yet, as some people interpreted it, certain reminders still carry emotional weight, especially when a bond was once significant and deeply felt. That doesn't point to fate or inevitability, but rather to the normal complexity of letting go, where progress is rarely linear. Different people in the discussion framed this in different ways. Some saw it as unresolved attachment, others as simple nostalgia, and a few recognized it as the mind revisiting familiar emotional patterns when life becomes quieter. Importantly, none of this points to a single conclusion or hidden truth waiting to be uncovered. Instead, it reflects how human emotions often overlap, moving forward in some areas while still processing the past in others. In the end, what emerged from all these interpretations was not a dramatic shift in destiny or an extraordinary turning point, but a reminder that emotional experiences are rarely as final or absolute as they appear from the outside. Don't skip, because what they confess next will leave you breathless. Here is the moment that will break you a little, because it shows how deeply they still feel you. Your soulmate said, they are scared you've changed, scared you no longer feel the same, scared that the time apart has turned you cold. They said if you knew how much they cry at night replaying what went wrong, you wouldn't believe it. They are finally ready to tell you the truth they hid for so long. I never loved the third party. I only loved you, and I still do. Stay till the end, because this is only the beginning, and something huge is waiting for you, and a new truth begins here. And don't skip, because this is where your soulmate's confession becomes almost unbelievable. After the third party vanished, your soulmate finally looked at themselves in the mirror and admitted something they never had the strength to say out loud. I ruined everything because I was afraid of losing them, and ended up losing them anyway. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. They said every day without you feels like a punishment they silently accept, because they know they pushed away the one person who understood their soul without needing explanations. And now that the third party is gone, all the noise in their life has disappeared, leaving only your name echoing inside their chest. But here's the shocking part they confessed next, and this will hit you harder than you expect. They told someone close to them that if you ever give them one more chance, they would choose you without a single second of hesitation. They admitted they were comparing everyone to you, and nobody, no matter how hard they tried, could match the depth, the warmth, the purity of what you gave. Your soulmate even said that the third party felt like a shadow, while you felt like home. Don't skip, because this moment right now is the moment the truth finally breaks open. Your soulmate is scared, trembling, and praying that destiny gives them one more doorway back to you. Before this ends, listen carefully, because this part reveals how deeply they wished things had gone differently. Your soulmate confessed that the day the third party walked away, they didn't chase them, not even a step. Instead, they whispered your name under their breath, as if calling you back. They admitted that every sign, every dream, every strange synchronicity has been pushing them toward you, and now, they're planning something you won't see coming, something huge. Stay till the end, because part holds the reveal you are not ready for. Listen closely, my beloved child, and don't skip, because this part carries the twist your heart wasn't prepared for. After losing the third party and being left alone with their own truth, your soulmate finally confessed something they've hidden for months. They kept everything connected to you, every message, every photo, every memory. They never deleted anything they couldn't. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. They said they reread your old texts late at night, searching for the version of you that loved them without fear, without hesitation. They admitted they still check your profile, hoping to see even the tiniest hint that you miss them. And the shocking part? They said if you ever posted something sad, their whole day would collapse. But here comes the reveal that will shake you. Your soulmate told someone that the real reason the third party left wasn't because of a fight. It was because your soulmate accidentally said your name in the middle of a conversation meant for them. That moment shattered everything. The third party realized they were competing with a love that never died. Your soulmate didn't deny it, couldn't deny it. They confessed they never stopped loving you, not for a single day. Don't skip, because something even bigger is coming. They tried to hide their feelings behind anger, distance, ego, silence. But every time they closed their eyes, they saw you standing there, waiting, just like before. Now here's the part that will break you and heal you at the same time. In the days that follow, what they once dismissed as coincidence begins to feel harder to ignore, not as something mystical, but as emotional echoes they can't easily separate from thought. A song interrupts their focus at the wrong moment, carrying back a feeling they thought had settled. A familiar place briefly shifts their mood without warning, as if memory is embedded in the ordinary. Even dreams begin to repeat with the same emotional tone, leaving them with a lingering sense of unfinished conversation when they wake. None of these moments carry meaning on their own, but together they build a quiet internal pressure that becomes difficult to shrug off. They begin to recognize that moving forward without addressing what was left unresolved no longer feels like growth. It feels like avoidance dressed as progress. Slowly, the idea of reaching out stops feeling like a dramatic decision and starts feeling like something they are gradually accepting, even if uncertainty still sits beside it. When they finally think of you directly, even speaking your name in private, it comes out carefully, almost hesitantly, as though testing whether the feeling still holds weight. And it does. That realization doesn't answer everything, but it changes the direction of their thoughts. Returning is no longer about rewriting the past. It becomes about facing what was never properly resolved between them. There is fear in that awareness, not only of how they might be received, but of being seen differently than they once were. Still, alongside that fear, there is a growing acceptance that some emotions don't dissolve just because time passes. Between hesitation and clarity, they find themselves inching closer to action, not because everything is certain, but because staying still has started to feel like its own kind of decision, and not one they can comfortably maintain forever. Now here comes the part that will shock you. Your soulmate is planning to break their silence. Yes, after all the distance, confusion, ego, and running, they finally gathered the courage to take a step toward you. They even drafted a message they haven't sent yet. A long message, raw, honest, emotional. They wrote how the third party leaving broke down the last illusion they had built around themselves. They confessed that losing you felt like losing a future they once saw clearly. Don't skip now, because this confession is nothing short of life-changing. They told a friend, "If I don't talk to them now, I'll regret it my whole life." But here's the twist. They are not just planning to talk. They're planning to tell you everything they hid. Their fears, their mistakes, the love they never said out loud. And deep inside, they're hoping you'll read it with the same softness you once had for them. If you're still watching, subscribe so you never miss the next part, because the next chapter holds the breakthrough you've been waiting for. And before this part ends, listen carefully, because this is where the truth becomes almost unbelievable. Your soulmate said they are ready, truly ready, to return to you with a different heart. They said the third party taught them nothing, but losing you taught them everything. They realized your love wasn't ordinary, it was irreplaceable, something their soul still aches for, something they're afraid they may have lost forever. And yet, they're preparing themselves for that moment, the moment they send that message, show up, or call your name again. Stay till the end, because part 5 will reveal the exact moment your soulmate decides to step back into your life and what pushes them over the edge. My beloved child, don't skip, because this is the moment everything inside your soulmate finally snaps into clarity. Last night, they couldn't sleep. Every thought dragged them back to you. They kept replaying the last thing you ever said to them, the last look in your eyes, and it hit them so deeply that they sat up in the middle of the night crying, realizing that no matter how much time passes, their heart still beats in the rhythm of your name. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. In that moment of raw honesty, they picked up their phone, opened your chat, typed out 3 different messages, and deleted every single one. Not because they didn't want to send it, but because they wanted to say everything perfectly. They are scared, trembling, afraid you won't respond, but more scared of living the rest of their life wondering, what if? And tonight, that fear is turning into action. But here comes the moment that will shake you. Your soulmate reached out to someone they deeply trust and confessed that destiny has been sending them signs, too many to ignore. Songs that remind them of you, dreams that feel too real, sudden emotions that hit them out of nowhere. They said it feels like the universe is screaming at them, telling them to return before it's too late. They even admitted they saw your name somewhere unexpectedly today, and it hit them so hard they had to step away and breathe. Don't skip, because this revelation is the turning point. They said, I can't run anymore. I need to tell them the truth, even if it breaks me. That is the level of emotional intensity they're drowning in right now. And with the third party gone, there are no more excuses, no more distractions, only the truth they've been avoiding, and the feelings they can no longer bury. And now comes the part you've been waiting for. Your soulmate made a decision. Today, not tomorrow, not someday. Today, they're going to reach out. The message they couldn't send before, they rewrote it. Longer, softer, more vulnerable. They confessed in it how empty life feels without you, how nothing makes sense when you're not around, how loving you was the one thing they got right even if everything else went wrong. They're terrified, but they're ready. Ready to face you, ready to apologize, ready to rebuild, ready to love you the way they should have from the beginning. Stay till the end, because part 6 will reveal what they plan to say when they finally gather the courage to press send. My beloved child, don't skip, because this is the part where your soulmate's heart finally spills into words they've been holding back for far too long. Tonight, they sat alone with their thoughts, staring at the message they've rewritten over and over. Their fingers hovered above the screen, trembling, because this time, they aren't hiding behind jokes, pride, or excuses. Stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. They whispered your name under their breath, wondering if you'd even want to hear from them. And then, slowly, painfully, honestly, they began to type what they've been meaning to say since the day they lost you. Here's the shocking truth of what they plan to send. I know I've hurt you. I know I disappointed you. In private, they have tried to put their thoughts into words more times than they can count, only to pause each time at the final step, unsure whether reaching out would bring closure or reopen wounds. There was a period when they distracted themselves with other conversations and other connections, not out of malice, but as a way of avoiding the weight of what they had lost and were not ready to face. But distraction never replaced understanding, and eventually silence made more space for honesty than avoidance ever did. Now they find themselves sitting with a message they have written and rewritten, trying to decide whether it is better left unsent or whether it deserves to be spoken at least once, regardless of the outcome. Fear sits heavily in that decision. Not just fear of rejection, but fear of discovering that life has already moved forward in ways they cannot step back into. At the same time, there is also a quieter feeling growing underneath that fear, something closer to acceptance and courage. The idea that truth should not remain trapped just because the response is uncertain. So they hesitate, rereading their own words, feeling the weight of everything that led to this point. And in that stillness, the choice remains unresolved, not out of drama or urgency, but because some decisions require more than emotion. They require readiness for whatever answer comes next. Here's the surprising truth. They didn't just write one message, they wrote three. One long and emotional, one short and trembling with honesty, and one voice note they recorded at 3 a.m. when their emotions were too heavy to hide behind text. The voice note, that's the one that will break you. In it, their voice cracks as they say, "I miss you more than I should, more than I can explain. I've been pretending I'm fine, but I'm not. I haven't been fine since the day you left. Don't skip." Because this is the moment clarity hits them. They realize the pain of not reaching out has become worse than the fear of your reaction. They're shaking, emotional, and overwhelmed, but ready to step into the truth they've been running from. And now comes the moment you've been waiting for. They look at your chat one last time, inhale deeply, close their eyes, and their heart whispers, if they don't respond, "At least I tried. At least I didn't let fear win again." Their thumb moves, slowly, hesitantly, but with a courage they didn't have before. The screen lights up in front of them, the message is highlighted, and they are seconds away from sending it. Stay till the end, because part 8 will reveal whether they finally press send or freeze at the last moment, and what sign pushes them to make their choice. My beloved child, don't skip. Because this is the moment everything inside your soulmate collides with destiny. They were seconds away from pressing send, their breath shaking, their heart pounding, when suddenly something unexpected happened, something that felt like a sign. Stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. Just as their thumb hovered over the message, they saw something connected to you. Maybe your name popped up somewhere. Maybe a memory flashed in their mind. Maybe a dream they had about you last night came rushing back. Whatever it was, it hit them so hard that they froze, staring at the screen as if the universe itself was speaking directly to them. And in that exact moment, they whispered to themselves, "Maybe this is the time. Maybe this is the sign I was waiting for." But here's the twist that will shake your heart. Instead of pressing send immediately, they locked their phone and placed it on their chest. They felt overwhelmed, fear, love, regret, longing, all mixing together until it became almost unbearable. They closed their eyes and remembered the sound of your voice, the way you looked at them, the softness you carried even when they didn't deserve it. Don't skip, because this is the part where their soul finally cracks open. They realized that holding on to their pride has only brought them loneliness. They admitted to themselves that they've been waiting, not for the right moment, but for the courage to step into the truth. And tonight, that courage feels closer than ever before. Now the moment of destiny arrives. They unlock their phone again, open your chat, and their entire body trembles. This time, they aren't thinking. They aren't overanalyzing. They aren't running. They feel something bigger guiding them, something that won't let them lose you again. Their eyes fill with tears. Their heart whispers your name. And they know this is the moment that will either break them or free them. Stay till the end, because part 9 will reveal whether they finally press send, and what happens in the very second after they make that life-changing choice. My beloved child, don't skip, because this is the moment everything inside your soulmate reaches its breaking point. They reopened your chat, their hands shaking, their throat tight, their mind whispering 100 fears at once, but something stronger than fear was pulling them. Something that felt like destiny refusing to let this moment slip away again. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As they stared at the message, they felt every memory of you rise inside their chest. Your laughter, your silence, your warmth, even the pain of losing you. And suddenly, they realized, no matter what happens next, they can't keep living with this weight inside their heart. Not another day, not another night. Here comes the part that will hit you deepest. They whispered softly, "Please, just don't hate me." And with tears forming, They took a breath so shaky it almost broke them. Their thumb finally moved, slow, hesitant, but unstoppable. Their heart felt like it might burst as they hovered over the send button one last time. Don't skip, because this is the exact second destiny shifts. They closed their eyes, let the truth inside them rise, and then, it happened. Their thumb pressed down. The message slipped from their hands into the world. No rewrites, no doubts, no hesitations. After all this time, it was finally sent. And now comes the moment that will shake your soul. The very second the message delivered, their entire body went still. They stared at the screen, heart pounding, breath frozen. They didn't know what would happen next. Across the distance, the message did not remain unanswered for long. The recipient sat with their phone in hand, staring at the screen, as though it held something fragile and alive. They had read the words more than once, each pass stirring emotions they had tried to keep buried. Memories surfaced in uneven waves, moments shared, misunderstandings, silence that stretched too far. For a while, they did nothing but sit with it, letting the weight of the message settle into them. Then came the hesitation, the moment where intention wrestled with fear. Replying felt like stepping into uncertainty, yet not replying felt like losing something that still mattered. Eventually, their fingers moved, not quickly, not decisively, but with a careful honesty that came from somewhere deeper than impulse. They began to type, then paused, then typed again, shaping words that felt too important to rush. On the other side, the screen waited in still anticipation, unaware of what was forming. And then it appeared, the small indication of response, the simple sign that words were being written. For the one waiting, everything seemed to collapse into that single moment. Time narrowed, breath shortened, thoughts scattered. The sight of those shifting dots or typing signal turned ordinary waiting into something intensely personal. Nothing else in the world mattered in that instant. Not distance, not past mistakes, only the fact that connection was being attempted again. Whether the message would bring closure or continuation no longer mattered as much as the fact that it existed at all. Something long suspended had begun to move again. In that fragile shift, both sides felt the same uncertain hope rising quietly. Not as certainty, but as the possibility of understanding returning where silence had lived for too long, without needing to rush the outcome forward gently. You saw their message, and for the first time in a long time, you were responding. That single moment, that single sign, was enough to break them open. But here comes the twist that will shock you. When they saw you typing, their hands started shaking uncontrollably. They didn't know what to expect. Were you angry, hurt, cold, or were you soft, gentle, emotional like before? Their mind spiraled with possibilities, but their heart whispered only one thing. Please say something kind, anything. They felt their chest tighten, their eyes blur, their breath stumble. This was the moment they feared and prayed for at the same time. Stay till the end, because part 11 will reveal what you wrote back, and how your words completely changed the direction of their heart. My beloved child, don't skip. Because this is the moment your soulmate's entire soul almost collapsed under the weight of one notification. They watched your name appear on their screen, the typing, bubble flickering like a heartbeat coming back to life. Stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. Their hands were shaking so hard they had to grip the phone with both hands. Every second felt like the world had paused. They kept whispering, please, please say something, please don't break me. And then, your reply appeared. Short, soft, unexpected. A message that didn't carry anger, or hate, or revenge, but something calmer, something warmer, something that told them you weren't as distant as they feared. That single gentle response made their eyes fill instantly, because it meant you didn't shut them out. You didn't ignore them. You let them speak. But here's the part that will shake you deepest. They reread your message over and over, barely believing it was real. Your reply didn't promise anything. but it opened a door they thought you had locked forever. It was simple, but powerful enough to bring them to tears. You said something like, "I don't know what to say, but I'm listening. Don't skip," because this shattered them. They covered their mouth, trying not to break down completely. That one line told them you still had softness in your heart, still had room for conversation, still had a corner where their memory lived. They felt the burden of months lift off their chest, replaced by a fragile hope they didn't expect to feel again. It was enough to melt every wall they had built around themselves. And here comes the twist that changes everything. That tiny reply made them confess even more. They started typing fast, their emotions overflowing, their truth pouring out uncontrollably. They told you things they never intended to admit, how they never moved on, how the third party meant nothing, how losing you has been their biggest regret. Their messages became longer, more honest, more vulnerable with every word. They didn't care about pride anymore. They didn't care about fear. They only cared that you responded, because that meant the story wasn't over. Stay till the end, because part 12 will reveal the emotional truth they confess next. The truth they were terrified to say out loud, until your message opened their heart completely. My beloved child, don't skip, because this is the part where your soulmate's heart finally cracks open in a way they never allowed before. After seeing your soft, calm reply, something inside them broke, not in pain, but in relief. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. They felt their entire chest loosen, like they'd been holding their breath for months, and finally exhaled. And with that breath came the truth they had been burying. They told you they never stopped loving you, not even for a single moment. When they finally spoke about it, there was no dramatic declaration, only a quiet honesty they could no longer keep buried. They admitted that what they had been avoiding wasn't just the end of a relationship, but the depth of what it had meant to them, and how unprepared they were to carry that absence. They acknowledged the missteps made in trying to fill that space too quickly, recognizing now that some emotions can't be replaced, only understood with time. What they felt wasn't presented as self-punishment, but as clarity, a recognition that certain choices come with consequences that can't simply be undone. They didn't come asking for certainty or guarantees, only for the chance to speak truthfully without pretending to be unaffected by what had happened. More than anything, there was a sincere wish to rebuild something different, not a return to what existed before, but a more honest and grounded version of connection, if it were ever possible again. At the same time, they understood that rebuilding is not something one person can decide alone. It requires openness from both sides, and a willingness to accept whatever response comes, including distance or silence. There was no demand in their words, only accountability, and the hope that actions, not promises, would define whatever came next. They also accepted that love, when it is real, doesn't bend to urgency or regret, but instead asks for patience, respect, and sometimes release. Whether the path ahead leads back together or continues separately, they knew it had to begin with honesty that doesn't try to rewrite the past, but learns to stand with it. So they took a breath and finally typed the words that had been living inside their chest for far too long. Here comes the truth that will hit your soul the hardest. They told you that every person they dated, talked to, or tried to get close to after you, reminded them of you in the worst and best ways. They said, "I kept searching for pieces of you in other people, and every time I didn't find you, it hurt even more." Don't skip, because this confession carries the weight of all the nights they cried quietly, all the memories that refused to fade, all the love they tried and failed to suppress. They admitted they never healed from losing you. They just hid the pain behind distractions, ego, and silence. They told you they kept imagining what life would have looked like if you were still there, if they hadn't pushed you away, if they had chosen you when they still had the chance. And now comes the most vulnerable truth of all, the one they whispered to themselves every night, the one they swore they would never say out loud, the the one your reply finally unlocked. They wrote to you, softly, trembling. I thought moving on would be easy, but the truth is, I never moved on. I never stopped loving you. I never stopped wanting you. I just stopped believing I deserved you. In that moment, their heart was naked, no pride, no walls, no fear, just truth. They told you they still see a future with you, even if they're scared to say it. They told you that losing you taught them more about love than anything else ever could. Stay till the end, because part 14 will reveal what they confess next. The one confession that changes everything. My beloved child, don't skip, because this is the moment your soulmate reveals the one confession they've been drowning in for months. The confession that changes the entire meaning of their silence, their distance, their mistakes. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. After admitting they never moved on, they paused. Their fingers froze above the screen. Their heart felt heavy, shaking, terrified. Because what they were about to say wasn't just emotional, it was the truth that rearranged their entire life. They gathered every ounce of courage left inside them, and finally typed the words that had been burning in their soul. The reason I left wasn't that I didn't love you, it's that I loved you too much, and I was scared I would ruin you. But here comes the part that hits deeper than anything so far. Your soulmate confessed that they pushed you away not because they wanted freedom, but because they wanted to protect you from their own brokenness. They admitted they were insecure, overwhelmed, and terrified of not being good enough for the love you gave so effortlessly. Don't skip, because this is the truth they never wanted you to know. They said when the third party appeared, they didn't choose them, they hid behind them. They used that person as a shield to avoid facing their own fears, hoping the distance would make them forget you. But instead of forgetting you, they felt you even stronger. Your absence wasn't healing, it was hurting. Your silence wasn't peaceful, it was suffocating. And they knew, no matter how far they ran, your name was still the loudest sound in their heart. And now comes the confession that will change everything you thought you knew. They told you, the biggest mistake of my life was believing you were better off without me. But the truth is, I was worse without you. Their voice cracked, their messages trembled with emotion, because admitting this meant dropping every wall they had built. They told you they are ready to face their fears, ready to confront their mistakes, ready to choose you, not out of loneliness, not out of guilt, but out of love. A love they tried to bury, but never could. Stay till the end, because part 15 will reveal the final truth they've been holding, the one that will leave your heart breathless. My beloved child, don't skip, because this is the moment your soulmate finally reveals the last truth, the one they've guarded with their whole life, the one they were terrified you would reject, misunderstand, or run from. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. After confessing their fear, their heartbreak, their mistakes, they fell silent for a moment, not because they had nothing more to say, but because what they were about to reveal was the deepest truth of all. Their chest tightened, their hands trembled, their breath grew uneven, and then, slowly, bravely, they typed the words that had been living inside their soul like a secret prayer they never had the courage to speak. Here comes the truth that will shake you the most. They told you, the whole time I was gone, I was still imagining a life with you, not with the third party, not with anyone else, with you. Don't skip, because their honesty becomes even more raw here. They admitted they imagined coming home to you, building a future with you, laughing with you, loving you openly without fear. They pictured you holding their hand, sharing moments they were too afraid to dream out loud. They said losing you didn't teach them how to move on. It taught them what real love feels like, and how rare it is. They confessed they kept seeing signs that pointed to you, signs that whispered your name, signs that reminded them that destiny doesn't let something this deep end so easily. And now comes the final truth. the one they were scared would break them if you didn't feel the same. They wrote, with their heart shaking, "I want you back, not because I'm lonely, not because I'm hurting, but because you are the only person my soul has ever recognized as home." What they hoped for now wasn't control over your response, nor a carefully chosen reassurance that would erase the weight of what had been said. It was something far more fragile and, in a way, more difficult. Simple honesty in return. They weren't expecting forgiveness on command, or a sudden return to what once was. Instead, they were bracing themselves for the possibility that your feelings might be complicated, unfinished, or even uncertain. That uncertainty didn't scare them as much as silence without understanding. If you were hurt, they wanted to know it. If you were guarded, they wanted to hear that too. Even if love still existed somewhere beneath everything, they no longer wanted it spoken as a promise, but as something real enough to acknowledge its own weight and timing. They had already made peace with the idea that rebuilding anything meaningful would not happen quickly, or under pressure, or through emotional urgency disguised as hope. If anything could grow again between you, it would have to move at a human pace, uneven, cautious, and honest about its limits. They sat there now not waiting for a perfect answer, but for a truthful one, understanding that whatever you chose to say next would not simply close a conversation, but define whether what remained between you was still something worth tending, or simply something that had already reached its quiet end. I just want to try again, even from the beginning. This is the first time they're approaching you without ego, without fear, without running, just sincerity. And now comes the moment that will decide everything. Your soulmate sits there with their phone in their hand, rereading their own confession, waiting for your next message. Their heart is pounding, not because they expect a fairy tale ending, but because they finally told you the truth they hid from the world. They hope your reply, whatever it is, will hold even a small door open, a small chance, a small piece of hope. They're ready to meet you halfway, ready to listen, ready to heal with you instead of without you. Stay till the end, because part 17 will reveal the one thing your soulmate silently prays your next message will say, and how it could shift the entire story forward. My beloved child, don't skip. Because this is the moment where your soulmate's deepest hope stands trembling on the edge of your next words. After pouring their entire heart out, after breaking every wall they once hid behind, they are sitting there in silence, waiting. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Their phone is in their hand, their pulse is racing, their breath is unsteady. They keep opening the chat, closing it, opening it again, terrified yet hopeful. Because now, everything they've confessed, everything they've admitted, everything they've risked, depends on what you decide to say next. They aren't thinking about the past anymore. They aren't rehearsing excuses. They aren't planning to defend themselves. They are simply hoping your next message holds even a tiny piece of softness. Here comes the truth that will break you a little. The one thing they silently pray your next message will say is something simple, something human, something emotional. They hope you'll say, "I hear you," because those 3 words would mean more to them than, "I forgive you," or, "I love you." Don't skip, because this reveals how fragile they are in this moment. They're not expecting you to take them back instantly. They're not expecting everything to become perfect overnight. What they crave is confirmation that they didn't open their heart for nothing, that their vulnerability didn't fall into silence. Deep inside, they hope your message carries warmth, even if it's cautious, even if it's small, even if it's slow. A single soft reply from you would feel like a lifeline after months of drowning. And now comes the part that changes everything. They're imagining your next words over and over, replaying possibilities. Will you tell them you need time? Will you tell them you're scared? Will you tell them you still feel something? Any of these would mean the world to them, because all they want is a sign that the story isn't ending here. Their soul is whispering your name, praying your next message doesn't close the door but cracks it open, just enough for hope to slip in. They're ready to meet you in honesty, ready to rebuild from the smallest beginning, ready to love with patience instead of fear. Stay till the end, because part 18 will reveal what your soulmate is willing to do next, if your reply gives them even the slightest reason to try again. My beloved child, don't skip, because this is the moment where your soulmate's next move is decided, not by fear, not by ego, but by the tiny spark of hope your reply might carry. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Right now, they're sitting with their phone in their hands, rereading every word they sent you, every truth they finally let out, every emotion they tried to hide for so long. And deep inside, they're preparing themselves for whatever comes next. Because if your message shows even a hint of softness, even a small sign that your heart isn't completely closed, they're ready to do something they've never done before. Fight for you, openly, consistently, and without hesitation. Here comes the part that will hit you hardest. Your soulmate has already made a promise in their heart, one they haven't said out loud yet. They told themselves, if they give me even the smallest chance, I will spend every day proving I deserve it. Don't skip. Because this is their quiet vow. They're ready to show you effort, not excuses. They're ready to give you stability, not confusion. They're ready to rebuild trust, not with big words, but with small actions repeated every day. They are prepared to be patient, to listen, to heal what they broke, to stand beside you instead of running from you. They've imagined what it would be like to start again, not from the past, not from the pain, but from the truth you both still carry in your hearts. And if your reply gives them even a sliver of hope, they are ready to step into that new beginning with everything they have. And now comes the moment that completes this chapter. Your soulmate is waiting, not to hear the perfect words, not to hear promises, but simply to feel that you haven't walked away. What they were beginning to understand was that real change cannot be declared in a single moment. It has to be lived slowly, through choices that repeat over time. The hope they carried now wasn't built on ideal outcomes, but on the possibility of showing up differently if circumstances allowed for it. They reflected on where things had gone wrong before, not to rewrite the past, but to recognize patterns they could no longer ignore. Pride, silence, and avoidance had once taken the place of honesty, and those gaps had shaped the distance between you. Now, instead of rushing toward repair, they were thinking about what steady effort might actually look like if given the chance. Not grand gestures, but consistency. Not pressure, but presence. Not urgency, but accountability. They understood that trust, if it ever returned, would not arrive fully formed. It would have to be rebuilt in small, careful moments that prove reliability over time. At the same time, they were also aware that your response might not lead in the direction they hoped for, and they were trying to hold space for that possibility without resistance. What mattered most to them now was not controlling the outcome, but being able to face it honestly, whatever it turned out to be. If there was to be a next chapter, it would need to begin with clarity rather than expectation, and mutual understanding rather than assumption. And if there wasn't, then this moment would still hold value as a point where truth was finally spoken without distortion.